This is the night when 80 years ago many people rejoiced. But this is a night 80 years later when many people are still rejoicing because a new Pope has been elected. And I crave leave to extend my most cordial, heartfelt, respectful and sincere greetings to His Holiness, the newly elected Pope, while congratulating His Holiness on the assumption of this high office. But this is also the night when we remember that 80 years ago, the Second World War came to an end, at least officially. During the Second World War, not fewer than some 50 million people died. They had to pay so dearly with their lives. Notwithstanding the earlier war known as the First World War, lasting from 1914 till 1919. During both these wars, many of my relatives were called in to serve. During the First World War, even my late grandfather, Captain Dr. Indubhushan Ghoshal, then the Zamindar of Okkoinagar Sundarbuds, joined the Indian, or having joined the Indian Army, served as a physician and was stationed both in England and in France. He returned home, but alas, many of his colleagues and co-workers could not make it, as it happened also during the Second World War, lasting officially from 1939 till 1945. It is too grave a tragedy that we have not learned anything, despite these two wars claiming so many millions of lives. Even at this very moment, wars are being fought in the Eastern Europe, claiming lives, even those of innocent babies, children, women and the elderly. And also in the Middle East, where more than 50,000 people died since October the 7th, 2023, notwithstanding the casualties taking place in some of the African countries, even in Sudan, and also in the Democratic Republic of Congo and in various other parts. And though last yet not least, India and Pakistan joined in the same dreadful activities of carrying wars or warlike situations against each other, claiming lives, even those of the innocent. Have we truly forgotten how dreadful a war can be? Or have we truly forgotten that even 80 years ago, some 2 million people coming from the Indian subcontinent served in the course of the Second World War, and many of them could not return home because they were killed on the battlefields, as many of their predecessors were killed also during the First World War. Both India and Pakistan derived from the same Mother India in 1947. But we may not forget that India was named after the Indus Valley civilization, or known as the civilization of Sindh, which no doubt lies in Pakistan today. Why are we forgetting that we can achieve much better goals if we act with each other, if we fight against the grave injustice and inequity taking place in our world, even confronted by both the countries? Notwithstanding the terrorism or the acts, the very vicious acts of terrorism taking place in both our countries, can we not again reunite and confront the vice of the world, even the dreadful situations caused by natural calamities? Both our countries are confronted with various types of natural catastrophes, even drought, floods, very dreadful stormy weather, and various other types. And let alone, if I did not mention, I reiterate what I should have said, or I must reiterate what I ought to have said, and state at this very moment, both our countries are confronted with terrorism. Instead of fighting against each other and trying to destroy each other, let us take the oath of reuniting into one and the same country, a dream which I have had even throughout all these years of my life, beginning at a very early age. Many of the former enemies of the world are reuniting, even in Europe. Let us also follow their sound examples and endeavor to reunite ourselves into one people, fighting against injustice and inequity of the world, even of our current age, as our parents and grandparents did during the First and the Second World Wars. Let us take this oath on this very night, passing from VE Day into the 9th of May of the current year 2025. I thank all of you for your kind understanding and the appropriate response, while I call upon all the leaders of the world, especially those of our own countries, the leaders of India and Pakistan, to return to their senses and, putting aside their enmities, endeavoring to achieve true goal of justice, equity, and peace. I bid all of you a very solemn night, even a very solemn night, crossing from the VE Day into the 9th of May 2025.